Welcome everyone to the Meet the Contractor meeting for PLM 1.3. This is the Willamette Water Supply Program Wilsonville Area Pipeline Project. It's Monday, January 9th, 2023. Next slide. So tonight we're just going to go over a little bit about Willamette Water Supply. We're going to talk about this project that's happening in Wilsonville. We're going to talk about the schedule of the construction, traffic impacts, and just so everyone's aware, we're really focusing on the southern section of this project. We're going to talk about what to expect during construction, how to stay informed, and if there are any questions at the end, we'll do that at the end. Next slide. I think we can pass by the meeting tips, but if you could keep your microphones muted, that would be great. So in general, here we have More Excavation Inc., which is also called the MEI group. There's another slide where we'll ask Paul to give a little overview of MEI and their work they've done for Willamette Water Supply. And as part of the project, we have Eric Ward, the project manager, and I'll just let Eric go ahead and introduce the Willamette Water Supply folks, and we'll have Paul just go through his list of staff members as well. Paul, do you want to go ahead with your list of staff?
Sure, Rose. MEI has a very well qualified staff that we're all excited about starting this project. Myself, I'm Paul Golden, senior project manager for the job. Diane Herbert is a project manager on the project, and Alan Chu is a project engineer. We also have Taylor Rice, who is our project engineer, and Scott Medley is our superintendent.
And from the Willamette Water Supply side, I'm the project manager for the pipeline through Wilsonville. Jerome Deletsky, who isn't able to join us today, he's the construction project manager, and Benny Bitts is the day-to-day construction inspector. The manager of the program construction efforts all across the program is Andre Tolmay. And of course, we have Tammy Mankerud and Marlis Mock on as well.
Thank you.
Public outreach. Sorry.
Okay, so Paul, I didn't know if you wanted to run through a few more stats on More Excavation, or if there's anything else that you'd like to share.
Well, More Excavation has had a really good working relationship with Willamette Water Supply Program. We've done multiple projects with them, put in thousands and thousands of feet of water line for them, and we've had a great working relationship and a successful one on both sides. We've done work in Washington County, City of Wilsonville, City of Beaverton, and all these partnerships have really worked well, and we've got some really good relationships built from all of this work, and I think it's been a great boost to the local economy. And More Excavation really is looking forward to this project.
Excellent, thank you. Next slide. So just a little bit about the Willamette Water Supply Program. So this effort began more than 10 years ago. It's a partnership between the Tualatin Valley Water District, the City of Hillsborough, and the City of Beaverton. And in 2026, we'll provide a cost-effective, reliable, and resilient water supply system that benefits current and future generations of our communities. Next slide. The entire project includes an expanded water intake in the Willamette River in Wilsonville at that number 1 at the bottom of your screen. Number 2 is a new water treatment plant being built in Sherwood. Number 3 just indicates that there's 30 miles of large diameter pipeline that is largely in Washington County, but some in Clackamas County. And ultimately, 2 large water storage tanks will be built on Cooper Mountain. One of those is already in construction now. Next slide. So I'm going to have Eric jump in here and talk about our partnership with the city of Wilsonville and other project elements. Eric?
Thank you. This project, the PLM 1.3 project, is a third phase of the PLM 1.0 project, which means the pipeline main 1.0. It's our southernmost pipeline for the Willamette Water Supply Program, and in the main context of building it is that it's all within the city of Wilsonville. And with Wilsonville, we have a ground lease agreement that allows us to construct within the city's right-of-way. And with the benefits to the city, in addition to this, in addition to our agreement, or within our agreement, is that we are leaving behind some intersection improvements and other public works improvements for the city, and it's basically along our alignment, and that includes an intersection improvement, a right turn lane at Kinsman and Wilsonville Road, plus other intersection improvements, similar right turn lane intersection improvements at 95th and Beckman Road, and we're replacing road panels and doing other improvements on intersections and street lighting. Next, thank you. The focus for today's meeting and where MEI is going to get started is Southwest Kinsman Road construction, about a half-mile pipeline within the Kinsman Road right-of-way. There's also in their permitted scope right now is trenchless crossings of Wilsonville Road as well as Beckman Roads. And I'll start out with the trenchless crossing of Wilsonville Road. That's about 160 feet of trenchless 84-inch auger boring that they will be putting in an 84-inch casing that they will put our 66-inch diameter pipeline within. And that MEI is also establishing their staging area and prepping for construction currently. Next. So to kind of give an overview of our pipeline effort within the city of Wilsonville, this diagram shows different segments that have been constructed over time and what's left. And at the south end of the project, we have a pipeline that was built on the Willamette River water treatment plant at the city of Wilsonville's property. And that was from the intake to our PLM 1.1 pipeline, which is the first phase of the pipeline that I've been managing. And that was finished a couple of years ago. And then north of town, PLM 1.2 was completed a couple of years ago as well. And that was a partner project with the city of Wilsonville as they constructed their Garden Acres Road project. MEI completed that project. PLM 2.0 was a very first project that was completed in 2019. And that was also a partner project with the city of Wilsonville. So we're filling in the gaps that are left over within the city of Wilsonville, and that includes this south portion of Kinsman Road, PLM 1.3 south. That's about a half mile. And then north, PLM 1.3 is about 1.7 miles of pipeline, and Beckman, Ritter, and 95th Avenue. And this next diagram here coming up shows the same segments with the 2 segments for our project, PLM 1.3 highlighted in red. And again, it's 66-inch diameter pipeline. It's welded steel, and it's 2.2 miles in total. We have the south segment and the north segment, and that I just discussed. And but today our focus is on the southern segment. And the overall construction schedule, which is subject to change depending on weather and many other aspects of construction. We have the south pipeline, which is starting construction now, and it'll run through early 2024. The north section will start in the summer and run into the end of 2024. And we anticipate late 2024 for substantial completion, and which means our pipeline will be able to be put in use as we finish up the punch list. MEI finishes the punch list, and which brings us to final completion in the spring of 2025. So we can, by the end of 2024 or early 2025, we'll be able to pump water to our city of Sherwood, or to our treatment plant located in the city of Sherwood. So some things to expect during construction. The work hours will be Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. The MEI will be able to work between those same hours on Saturdays with permission from the city of Wilsonville. No Sunday work is allowed. Some of the early work that will be performed will be tree cutting in Kinsman Road and some on private property. There will be lane closures, which will necessitate road detours. We'll get into some of that in a minute. There will be short-term driveway closures, traffic delays, bus stop relocations, bike lane closures, and there will be heavy equipment and materials located in the easement areas on private property. Flaggers and detour signage will be used to control some of the traffic. And there will be anticipated noise, dust from typical construction, as well as vibration. And this is just a kind of a sketch of the typical pipeline cross-section installation, what it'll look like, what it entails. And this is on Ritter Road, where we basically are centering our 66-inch diameter pipeline within the right-of-way. We will be avoiding a storm drain and a water line on the right side of our excavation as we head west, and we'll also be avoiding the PGE higher voltage lines, medium voltage lines on the left side of the road. So it kind of pushed us to be in the middle of the road, the middle of the right of way, which brings its own traffic control challenges, but which we've worked out with the city. Next. So traffic impacts will change over time as a pipeline is constructed and the road is paved behind us. We expect traffic delays starting this month for the construction of Southwest Kinsman Road, and the way that the traffic will detour will vary as the construction progresses. And for this first couple months, we expect that we center our construction traffic control efforts based around the fire station. And when they start in Kinsman Road at the south end, we will have the north lane closed. Basically, any through traffic on Kinsman Road will be southbound only. There will be no right turn onto Kinsman Road from Wilsonville or left turn allowed. So that'll cause all northbound traffic to detour through to Boone's Ferry Road and around. And then we'll, in the summer of 2023, when we set up for 95th Avenue, there will be a whole different detouring scheme that we will be communicating with the public.
And Eric, I just wanted to mention and point out that the time frame at the top of that map for folks to pay close attention when they're looking at a map to make sure that they're looking at the right time frame, because these will change over time, and we'll be producing new maps as the project progresses.
Yep. And to help with the construction effort, we acquired a staging area from Tonkin Wilsonville Nissan, from their property owner of that facility, and MEI will use it for material storage and construction trailers for staff and for staff parking, and that's located on 95th Avenue near Freeman.
So I just wanted to cover a few important points about safety. Safety is really paramount to the entire Willamette Water Supply Program team. We discourage anyone from approaching construction areas during the day or after hours. We really encourage people to call the hotline, which we have listed here, or to email us at this email address if there are any questions or concerns about our construction activities. And if folks haven't signed up already, we really encourage people to sign up for construction updates through our website. Those monthly email updates are the best way to stay updated with our project. We will also be in direct touch with folks whose driveways and that will be impacting with construction. Next slide. So again, we'll be in touch with people as we proceed with the project. We have a really robust project website. Again, the hotline is a great place to go if you have questions or concerns. And then we will be holding a Meet the Contractor Part 2 for the northern section of the project, which will be later on in 2023. And I think that's the end of our PowerPoint presentation. Are there any questions?